iFani, fish flat. 13
minutes after 11, and the gentlemen are in studio. It is the Hotbox. I've got iFani, and I've also got Oskido. Good morning, gentlemen.
Hey, Taita.
Molo, sissy.
Right in the nick of time, Oskido.
How's it?
No, man, I'm good. I'm good. We're very excited to have you here today. iFani, the latest. You are a phenomenon. Like, you know, when Bieber came out, and he was the Beeb because he was
that thing.
He was a thing. iFani is a thing. But a good thing, you know. I hear a couple of people saying that you are also South Africa's 2 Chainz.
Hey, yazi abantu bayathetha. Yo, I hear 2 Chainz, I hear South Africa's Busta Rhymes, I hear South Africa's Lil Wayne, I hear South Africa's Ludacris. So abantu bayathetha nje.
But for anybody who may have not been introduced to who iFani is, they've heard your music on air, but they don't know who iFani is. Just a breakdown of where you're from and yeah.
Okay, first and foremost, to iFani, MC, rapper, zalelwe eMthatha, ndakhulela eBhayi, and I check up and zama, nothing really popped there music wise. That's up Jozi, ndafika ndahubuluza, and then things started building up. Yeah, straight up. And then izinto zanga ziyabonakala from 2008 from Naked DJ's work, and then ndasuka up and ndadrop ewe. And got the support yaga DJ C Live, yaga Dineo Ranaka, Wailape, YM, and then from then on it's been that thing.
It's been the thing.
Yeah.
Well, Oskido, I believe you do not need an introduction. Are you at that point in your life where you don't need to introduce yourself?
Well, you know, no, I have to. But anyway, I mean, I've been in this chair. I've interviewed a lot of people. People have interviewed me, so it's an honor to be back. It feels back at home, you know.
Now I remember when you were still here and I was still doing training, you know, and I mean, but the thing is that you have evolved into so many things. You know, the fact that you interviewed people, other people have interviewed you, you've launched other people's careers, you have done a lot in terms of the South African music industry. And I heard acceptance speech at this year's Channel Awards, you know, which was something big. And there was a lot of people, you know, saying that you still remain so humble and so grounded. But receiving that kind of award, what did it mean to you?
Well, I mean, it was good for us, especially the label Kalawa Jasmine, you know, because as I said on the awards, I mean, it's not my award. It's, you know, I think since we started, you know, as a label, I mean, we've been consistent, you know. I mean, there are labels which we started with when we started quite, or they don't exist, you know, some have come and go. But if you talk Kalawa Jasmine, we've been there back to back. Even now, if I can say, can you tell me what are the biggest 5 records of your 2012? I'm sure you're going to get 2, 3 Kalawa Gems out there. So I think we're grateful, I mean, and it's always the power of God, you know, which keeps you there. You don't do it by yourself. And as Oskido, I'm not by myself. It's a collective.
Now, I don't know if you are aware, but do you know that you have been cited in a couple of academic articles around Kwaito, you know, people who have written about Kwaito and, you know, in relation to black masculinities and what it actually meant for black youth identities in South Africa. I don't know if you know this. Do you know this?
No.
Well, I'm doing my master's at Wits, and you've been cited, so you actually even recognized, you know, in the academic world, which means that the things that you have done have transcended, you know, it's not just music, but it's become something so much more, you know. And so I'm a Bonfries who don't understand the significance of Kwaito. How would you, you know, besides the fact that it was this genre, what did Kwaito mean, you know, for you at that time during the birth of Kwaito?
Well, for me, I mean, it taught me a lot of things that when another door closes, the other one opens. I mean, the first project which we've done that time as Kalawa, it was Boom Shaka, It's About Time, and we've done a POP instrumental project. And when we went to the major record labels, gave them the thing and say, listen, we want to release. They didn't understand it. Because that time, I could understand Brenda, Chico were big. That era, that generation was still controlling dance music. But we're the new kids on the block. And the good things that when they said no, but you see where to go in on the streets, pressing our own stuff, starting to distribute by ourselves. That's why when a lot of young people today come in, even when I say, no, listen, that demo, I didn't listen to it or I didn't feel it, it doesn't mean that it's the thing. You need to come up there and then you decide what you need to do, and then you move on with your life, and then you open. And we didn't know that we're opening things, because from selling from the boot of my car, I learned how to run the record business from the streets, to be an accountant. I learned how to be a marketer, to understand. I learned how do I deal with artists. I learned, promotion. So all that, I learned it. So when the majors came back, when our music became big to sign us, we started detecting our terms. Well, you must remember that also the generation here to Nabo Arthur, Nabo Mdu, and whatever, and Nabo Lance, were the only guys to start owning our own record studios. It was now the technology had moved and all that.
And I want us to actually expand on that, as you we have a lot of young aspiring musicians, others who are already musicians, to actually hear it from the horse's mouth as to how we can actually start understanding the business of music and what it means to actually own your music. But you were speaking about a new kid in the block, iFani. You could own that label, and I mean, you can hold it proudly, because it means that there's a lot of buzz around you, and we're going to start unpacking why there's so much hype around this iFani character. This is actually one of his first tracks that hit the airwaves. It's called Airway. We'll be playing it straight after the ad break. This is music from B.O.P. teaming up with Magesh. It's taken off Oskido's latest offering, I Believe, and it's called Money. Very nice. Couple of people are tweeting, but Zama, please tell Oskido I love this song. But money, though, and when you're an artist, because you start doing what you do because you love it.
Yes.
However, you can't disregard the fact that there are bills to pay, and then getting caught up in the motion, especially as a South African artist, where there are those fair struggles, where there are very few people that are actually making this money that you are singing about.
Yes.
What do you think it takes for one to be able to sell without compromising the sound that is authentic to them? Because that thin line where you want to be a crowd pleaser and make hit songs that will be played in all radio stations, but you also have your own story to tell.
Yes.
So how do you reach layer I mean, I don't know, like that line, Oskido, that fine line.
Yeah, I mean, with the changes happening in the music industry, because what defines you? Like now we're talking off guard about Professor. You're saying that the way Professor makes Zulu sounds cool.
Yeah.
Do you understand? It depends how you put it. If you can see, I mean, this topic of Ntombi Shelwa Imali, we with BOP, even if there's changes in the music industry, but we've been doing tracks like this, to understand. We've been always looking at issues which are happening around us, and we've been talking about them. So therefore, I think even if you can change your sound, whatever, but if you believe in something, I mean, don't leave it. I mean, just keep on preaching it.
Yeah. Here's an email coming through from, Sai Mutswako. Okay. It says, I love that nigga, no homo, saying iFani. And I like the fact that he doesn't have that stereotypical keep it real hip hop persona. He knows how to have fun with words. He's unique and very dope. Please ask him, when is he getting on a joint with a Mutswako artist?
How do I answer that one? It's not that I haven't tried. I tried.
Yeah.
I think now that the name is picking up, they're hearing me on radio, they're seeing me on TV, I think now the Mutswako guys will be able to, sit down and talk to me.
What was that final breakthrough? You've been hustling this music thing. How many years?
Yeah. Hustlisha lendo from 2005. Ingaspani. And then I sort of took a break in 2006, 7. And then I went back in late 2007. Iqale ukuphumelela for mna in 2011.
What do you think happened in 2011 that was different from all the other years where you finally got that recognition or people started actually listening?
I think it was just a lucky break. Yeah, it's luck because this is exactly how it happened. DJ C Live was playing the song. Dinero walks in, hears the song, takes the song, brings it here, boom.
And it
That was
takes
it,
off.
yeah.
So YFM made you.
YFM made
And it's actually started a lot of people's careers, you know. But I find it's something that I am so impressed about. And I mean, I've heard also Oskido say this. So we'll see. And as much as we want to be artists, you know, you want to do this music thing, education is important.
Yes.
And you have a BSc
honors.
Hello from UCT.
Hi, yes.
In engineering and
computer science.
And computer science.
Yes.
So you are not just Nje.
I'm not just just because.
So why the decision to move from engineering? And because actually somebody sent me an email saying laugh out loud, please ask iFani whether he's still an engineer.
No, I'm no longer an engineer.
But take me through that journey, deciding why did you decide to, pursue engineering to begin with and then, get into music?
I love learning.
Yeah.
From a very young age, I've been into education so much. So I did that, got my matric results, hit the papers. The first time I've ever hit the papers was because of education. I was on the Sunday Times and local newspapers.
How many distinctions?
4 straight. And
I also got 4 distinctions.
Yeah.
I didn't get on no paper though.
Maybe you're not from the previously disadvantaged.
Yeah.
Because that's what I was in for. And then from then I got all kinds of bursaries, AUCT. From then on I got more scholarships and bursaries and fellowships. So I was that dude. And then I went into work. And then when I got into the workplace, there was no longer learning for me. It became more about being nice to your boss. There were rules. There wasn't that I'm learning, to move forward.
So, and you believe that this is happening right now with the music?
This is definitely happening right now. I'm learning from all kinds of people that I meet. I'm learning from Oskido, his humbleness, and how he has stayed for so long in the industry. He's not asking me to kiss his wah wah wah. But I feel like I respect him for him being him.
Now, you actually wrote a track for an artist by the name of Black Sugar, this Party Hard track.
Yes.
Tell me a bit about that track.
That's the track, because Black Sugar has been with me from about 5 years ago already. And we've been trying so hard to get out there. And it hasn't been working for us, and then it worked for me. So this is me trying to help him in.
Okay,
so I wrote this track and
we're going to play it straight after the ad break. It's called Party Hard. Zamatubedwafm.co.za. Also going to be taking your calls straight after that track. 011-772-0992. If you have any questions for the gentleman in studio, I've got Oskido, I believe. And I've also got iFani in studio with me.
She got what you need.